what's this called again? Shit That
Shit
Matters.
That Matters.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, it's been so long
It's
since I
been
forgot the fucking name.
I almost said Weird Vibes.
No, it's Weird Vibes with Shit That Matters. So.
Shit That Matters.
So I have to bring up lots of changes. We haven't done one in a while. Mm-hmm. So lots of things have changed. The last time we did one, you only had one restaurant.
Yep.
Last time we did one, Elijah was in preschool.
Yep.
Last time we did one, Pat worked at Onondaga Beverage. Mm-hmm. And last time we did one, you weren't engaged. So has anything changed?
A couple of those have.
Some of those have changed, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So now you have two restaurants.
Two.
Pat works for U.S.
US
Foods.
Yeah.
And Elijah's in kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Yeah. Still no ring.
Yeah, still no ring. Okay.
That's all right.
That's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a little crazy summer.
Yes.
But that's all right.
But you finally, I mean, the anticipation was, I mean, when you build to something, the idea of finally getting it, once you get it, is the design. It's like working really hard to make the basketball team.
Right.
You work really hard to work really hard. Now you're on the basketball team. Okay, you got to set yourself another goal, or is just that making that goal and having that enough? So wanting to have this place
Yeah.
open, wanting to do something cool, coming up with all your ideas, the anticipation, then it opens, and you're going through the challenges of having it open. Is it still as exciting, or are you like over it?
I think it's like we were doing the construction, and for the last couple of months, like I was like so deep in the construction piece of it and finalizing all those details. And like I have Orlando and Kevin that really, and Maddie and Sasha, and I just have a great team. And so they were good as like doing the opening piece of it while I was like tying up all that construction ends. But then we opened, and I like had to completely shift like gears. Like I was not like building a restaurant anymore. I was running a restaurant, and I just don't think like mentally I was able to make that switch as quick as I wish I did. But then I also think like I don't even now feel like I really, because we're just so like things are just crazy. So I think I haven't even been able to sit and be like, oh shit, this is great.
What you did. It's amazing. It's amazing. But you're so caught up in the day to day.
Yeah.
But you said something to me the other day, and I had heard from other people and seen it from coming in here in that I've seen days when, so you and Nora own together, right?
Yeah.
2 restaurants, employing 60 plus people and generating sales tax for the county and jobs for the community and all that stuff. There's a lot of responsibility. And then it's great to see when you go into an independent restaurant and you see somebody brushing off a table or hey, I had to cook tonight, or I had to get behind the bar and make a drink or whatever. But you fucking put people in supervisory and manager roles, and they're supposed to do that. You're supposed to look from here and fill in and do the things you're supposed to do, but you're not supposed to get called in on a Saturday night because the busser's gone.
Right.
And you're bussing. The manager that you have on duty that you're paying a salary to, that's their job. You don't see owners of, Dan G. Martino at Tully's or John Paul. They're not going in the restaurant and cooking. They have managers in place, and that's their job. And you had to start holding these people accountable. And I think they appreciate being held accountable, the people you have.
Yeah. I think that something that I've had to learn how to do now is which I was, so I remember Todd Panic?
Yes.
And he did Panic Leadership with
yeah.
us. And so that's when I went from being like an owner, operator, day-to-day manager to bringing on a full-time manager.
Yeah.
So like I was learning how to be a leader of a leader. And so, but now I have to learn like even further is how to be a leader of several leaders that all have different jobs and different strengths and different weaknesses and different experiences. And so like I feel like that's been really hard for me, just trying to navigate that, because I'm really hands-on. So like if an employee comes to me with a problem, I just solve it.
Yeah.
Like my job is basically to put out fires, but I have to like readjust and be like, oh, okay, well, like you have to take that to like Maddie, or you have to take that to Orlando, and just whatever. So, and I think like trying to
That's the
bridge
hardest
that
part.
gap and be like, you
want to fix it. You want to be the fixer. You
or
wanna-
or like you're in charge, like you have to bust too. Like,
Yeah.
but I do think it was so crazy that it was like all hands on deck. And there were some days where 3 people would call in. So like, is it reasonable for me to expect my managers to fill the job of 3 people? No. So here I am. Like, so it was
there's an advantage to having people know that you can do the job
yeah.
that they're doing, and to see the owner in the business means something as well. Whether
Yeah.
it be the spirit of the person working, knowing that the owner's working side by side with them, maybe gives them a little more incentive to work harder.
Yeah.
Seeing the owner there kind of maybe makes them not be pilfering if they maybe were going to pilfer, or
Right.
maybe take the extra cigarette break or whatever because the owner's on site. I think it's cool to see the owner. I'm the same way as you is when anytime I was a leader of people or a manager of people, I was doing their job. And one of the criticisms I got from my bosses was that, so say I was in a situation and Maddie worked for me and somebody came with a problem, I fixed the problem so Maddie can see how it's fixed.
Yeah.
No, man, I should let Maddie come up with a solution, Maddie fix the problem, be there if she needs it. And maybe she's going to fail at the problem.
Right. But I have to be okay. You have to
You
be
okay with her
Yeah.
failing because that's how you learned and that's how I learned.
Well, it's interesting because I just had a conversation with Maddie about it because when we start, Maddie's almost been with us for a year.
Yeah.
And
She's
so,
amazing. She does a great job over
Yeah.
there. She treats it like it's her own business.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we had a conversation and I was like, I just don't like this. I'm just like having a difficulty. And I'm like, you've worked for me for like a while. Like what can I do better? Like how,
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
and whatever. And she was like, do you remember when like I first started with you? And she was like, you forced me to do everything. And I was like, okay. And then I was like thinking back and I was like, oh my God, I like specifically remember like strategically being like me and Nora sitting down and having a conversation and being like, Maddie needs to learn how to problem solve. So every time she comes to us with a problem, we have to be like,
Push it back to her.
what would you do? How
Yeah.
would you solve it? And she was like, I remember that. And she was like, I hated it, but now it was the best thing because I know how to solve those things. And I'm like, I just have to reframe.
But it works
like,
not just in business. Kim gets on me all the time. There's times in a relationship where you go to Pat or Pat goes to you or Kim comes to me with a situation or a problem. Something sucked at work or something sucked at this and somebody did this to her and she tells me, and I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to, she's like, I don't want you to fix it.
Yeah.
I just want to fucking tell you that I had a problem. Just because I have a problem doesn't mean that you have to come to save the day and fix it.
Right.
Sometimes you just need to say I had a problem.
Yeah.
And they're going to figure it out themselves. So.
Right.
But I do like one thing I was very impressed with going to the fair. Did you guys go to the fair?
I went for one after. I hate the fair.
Why?
I
hate the fair, parts of the fair, and I like parts of the fair. So
just think it's a hot mess. I think
it's a hot mess.
there's a million people there. You have to wait in line. Everything's expensive. Like, I like, not that I am very like health conscious really at all, but I'm like, I'm like feeding Elijah sugary,
Yep.
fatty, gross things. And we're paying $6 a piece to get on rides that last 1 minute. Like, I just don't like it. And
I like going to see people. People watch is cool. To see people that maybe only get out once a year, and this is their big day, and they just recently went to Walmart and picked up some clothes, and
my God.
it's pretty cool to see that.
I hate
Nothing against that, that people
Yeah.
that have that, but
I hate that though, because I don't like, everybody talks about how they like to people watch. I don't like that because I would not want somebody to people watch me.
oh, okay, yes, I understand.
Can
that.
you imagine if somebody was like, look at that dude, he's here, he's in a polo. What's
Yeah, oh my
going
gosh,
on?
yeah.
He's
Why
got
is
his
he
own-
with that hot chick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. You don't
Yeah.
want somebody to
I
say
don't
that.
care.
I care. I don't.
Right.
Well,
oh, I see. Yeah.
I mean, I just like but
But we go to the buildings, and
Yeah.
my buddy.
The dinosaur thing was cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. But I told you the rabbit building story, right? No.
I
So-
haven't seen you in like 4 months. I feel like.
So this is traumatizing. So I'll bring up some trauma from my past. And my buddy, one of my best friends, I've known since 5th grade. I was the best man at his wedding. He was the best man at my wedding. He likes to find the trauma and tweak it and rub it in. But when I was a kid, we raised rabbits. My mom and one of my stepfathers, we had a farm and we had, I don't know, 200-300 rabbits, 100 guinea pigs. We had a real farm, and we
200 or 300 rabbits.
oh god, yeah, 100 guinea pigs, KVs they're called. Kerry likes to drop the word KVs because he knows the terms when you go. So we raised rabbits and showed them. We ate them as well, but we showed them. If you had a really good rabbit, we were part of there's a community of people that go and show rabbits for.
What do you show them? What's
There's different breeds of rabbits, and they have best looking, best this, best that, best fur, best whatever, and best in show, just by the way they look. And they're bred for that. And there's different breeds of rabbits. There's, oh my God, there's a million different ones. There's Angolas, and what was the one Carrie always brings up? God, there's a million different kinds of rabbits. So the next time you go to the fair, take Elijah, make sure you stop in the rabbit building. And there's an unsung group of people. So there's the rabbit kids. There's the kids of rabbit people, of people that show rabbits. And they're unsung and they're invisible. And when you walk in, look in the corner, and you'll see a couple kids maybe from 8 years old to 13 or 14 years old. They're in a corner. Maybe they have a blanket on them or something in the corner. They're playing a goofy game, or they're just sitting there. Give them a look. They look fucking miserable. Those are rabbit people. And I was one of those people where we had to go to the fair every day, 7 o'clock in the morning until 8 or 9 o'clock at night, every single day of the fair, to be there to feed the rabbits and take care of the rabbits. So we go every year and we recognize the rabbit people, those poor kids that are stuck in the corner. So, and Carrie runs around and, voices the rabbit people or whatever. So we go for that. We always go to King David's and get something to eat. I appreciate that, there's independent restaurants out there that are doing stuff. And this year they had what's the best sandwich you've ever had in your whole life?
The best sandwich that
Best kind of sandwich, best sandwich. Like, is it a turkey club? Is it a hamburger? What's the best sandwich you've ever had?
Oh, I don't know. That's a hard question. I feel like, I do love a good turkey club, but we just went to Maine this weekend and I had a delicious lobster roll.
Yes,
so that might be my favorite new thing.
Roll.
Yeah.
Okay. And you would go, ideally, you get the best lobster roll in Maine or a place like that.
Right.
Or Boston or something.
Yeah.
So the best sandwich known to man is a pork tenderloin sandwich. In Indiana, that's the sandwich of Indiana. They take a pork chop and pound it way out real thin. Bread it, and wash, and bread comes in. Put it on a really good soft roll with a pickle and an onion, and it's fucking amazing. So I'm always looking for those sandwiches. So this year, Romans, Charlie Daniele's, had that sandwich on the menu. So I wanted to make sure we went and got it. So we went to the fair to see Charlie, and he's there every day. He's older than me. I won't give out his age, but he's been doing this a long time with places he's had, and he's there with a squeegee bottle, and he's washing off tables, saying hi to every person. He was there every day, all day, met people, took selfies with them and stuff. But here's the guy that's the owner, and he's there every day wiping off the tables. You can appreciate that. And it's the best sandwich you've ever had.
Oh, was it good?
Oh, my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So next time you get a chance.
I don't know. I just don't love the fair. I feel like you either love it or you don't.
We go for people watching. So that was cool. It's cool that it's back. It's cool to see people out. It's crazy to me that 16 months ago we had to have a mask on. You couldn't walk around the fair. You had to do this. And now people are hugging each other and slobbering on each other, and so that was kind of crazy.
Back to being gross people that they are.
Yes, gross people.
So what'd you do this summer? Golf. Every time I called you this summer, you were golfing.
A lot of golf, and I'll easily play 100 rounds of golf this summer, easily.
Really?
Oh my gosh, it's a good exercise. We usually walk when we play, but basketball still play basketball a couple days a week.
Have you worked at all?
Yes. Oh my gosh,
what's going on?
Kim, I'm slaving away every day. But there's new restaurants opening. It's a shame. I don't know if you saw St. Urban's closing.
I am so fucking pissed about that.
Why?
Because so this is what happened. I've been there one time before, and
you don't get to be pissed then.
Well, I'm not pissed that of course I'm pissed that they're closing,
Right,
but I'm
okay.
not like a huge, but I did the chef's tasting.
Yeah.
I feel like if you go somewhere and chef tasting is an option, that you should do that.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
agree.
that's the right thing to do. But Pat doesn't like it, doesn't know why would we do that. Like, it's too expensive. Why would we do that?
Yeah.
And
It's crazy expensive there.
well, just to do, but I'm like, who gives a shit? I'm like, it's not like we're going like every week, and I'm like,
Right.
we need to do the chef's tasting every week. no, I want to do it one time, like to
Yeah.
do something nice. And we've had a crazy summer. I opened a new restaurant. He started a new job. Like maybe we should have a nice date night. And he said, no, blew it off. And
You didn't go?
no, didn't go.
Oh.
And then the article came out that they were closing in a couple weeks, and I was mad at him because I
Oh
was
my
like, now
God.
we never get to go and do it. The food was outstanding the one time I was there. I've only heard good reviews. And then so I think it just got announced like a couple
Last
days
week,
ago.
you announced.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be going to Manhattan. I hope he
Yeah.
does. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think a lot of people, we've seen a lot of people who close and
Mm-hmm.
say, I'm going to open another place. I think they believe in their mind that they're going to open the next place, but maybe they don't. And and you know, it's really
Yeah.
hard. It'd be really hard in Manhattan.
Yeah.
I've never been there. I am connected to Jared on Facebook.
Yeah.
I know he's very talented and his crew's
You've
very
never
talented.
been to St. Urban?
Never been there.
No.
Never been there. It's probably not a place I would go. I do, look, I can appreciate people being upset because there's a place closing. But it's, I'll go back to the story when Don owned Fireside in Baldwinsville. And they ended up closing, and somebody new took it over, and now it just sold again. So Fran and Stan that owned it and put all the money in, they just sold it to Brian Holmes that owns Brian's One Day Cleaning. So he's going to turn it into a more upscale fine dining experience for Baldwinsville, which they don't really have that. So that's cool. I wish him luck. But back when the Fireside was owned by Don, who owned all the Cole Mufflers, Don Cole, I remember him telling me that Don Jr. that on Father's Day and Mother's Day, they would do 700 covers. People would come and they go, oh my God, we love this place. I bring my mom here every year for Father's Day and Mother's Day, and I can't believe you're going to close. And he told me, he's like, you know, it's great that you come on Father's Day and Mother's Day, but
you have
where the fuck are you the rest of the year on Friday and Saturday night? You're at Applebee's or Olive Garden or someplace else. You want me to be open, but you got to come here to be open. So these people that are complaining about St. Urban, how many days did they go?
Yeah.
Did they go once? Did twice? No offense, but how many
No,
times did they go?
no,
you know.
I-
But again, how many times can you go? And then the other people, the other facet of people are like, hey, you know, we can't believe that fuck Syracuse because Syracuse didn't support him and what he was trying to do, and he had a really cool concept. They didn't go. Look, he had an idea. He came up with it. If it didn't fit, don't blame the market for not that. It's like Mimi's in Fulton. I remember once when Chris at Mimi's tried to put like lobster bisque on and all a little upscale stuff. People want 3-pepper soup and they want a burger and fries for $10 and they want chili, and that's what his demographic wants. So you give them what they want. You know, can you put a 5-star restaurant in Fulton, New York? Probably not.
No.
That doesn't mean that that Fulton people suck. It just
Yeah.
means that that's not what it was for, and maybe he'll be better suited down there. I don't know. But
Yeah.
don't blame Syracuse for not supporting the place. My God.
Yeah. I mean, I do think like there's like a misconception that there's not a lot of money in Syracuse. There
My wife works she's a paralegal for a trust department. There's a lot of fucking money in Syracuse.
yeah, but I
A
think
lot of money. Old money.
yeah, but I also think that even if there's money in Syracuse, like people are less like fine dining.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that that's the culture of our
There's some, so what
area.
you consider, so Eric Evans, definitely, Brewster, they do
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Those would be two. Who else would you think would be fine dining? Amano, we just went to Ebacoco, whatever the new name of it is. Oh my God, it was
Yeah.
amazing. It was amazing.
But would you say that they are less fancy than Amano?
Who?
Abacoco or whatever it's called? Do you think
Yes.
they rebranded as
Yeah,
more
they're
casual?
wearing T-shirts with the
Yeah.
name on them.
Yeah.
There's some really cool stuff on the menu. They separated the seats out. They're not as busy. It's a more casual vibe.
Yeah.
Just because you're not stuffy with a white shirt, black pants kind of thing.
That's what I mean. Like I feel like, and
But
I
the
could
food
be-
is still killing it. But I think
But
that
the atmosphere is more casual.
casual,
Like
yeah.
I think that, like, even when people get out of work, like the atmosphere, like I don't really, we're not like business suit and tie city. Like, you know
No,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like I think that people are just a little bit more casual. Like
Yeah.
even nicest places out in Skinny Atlas, like it's
people
casual.
come in casual.
They're casual.
Because work's casual now.
Yes.
You don't go to, you
Yeah.
don't see the guy going, maybe
Yeah.
you see a couple guys downtown in suits and ties, but
Yeah.
a lot of people work remote now. A lot of
Yeah.
people are going to work in no tie, and that's the new norm. And, But there's new places opening. The old Mission is going to open. It's called the
Oh,
No-
yeah. When do they open?
I think they're going to have a little, I think they're looking for end of October, mid-October. I think they're going to have some challenges just because it's taken a delay to get your liquor license. So when it comes time, I hope I can help. You know, John Mannion's been very helpful with us, and maybe helping some people that he has in Albany push that along. But
I know.
it's called the Noble Cellar. Have you ever been
okay.
in the building, or have you been there when it was the
No.
Mission?
No.
It's really cool. It was kind of...
It closed like 5 years ago as the Mission,
Yeah,
right?
Stephen was amazing at
Yeah.
what he did there.
I think it was.
But they
before
remodeled it, they opened it up a lot, and they have kind of an upscale menu,
Wait,
limited.
but it was something before.
It was,
After the Mission, it was something.
Ryan Benz had it for a
Oh,
minute.
Luna something.
Luna Loco,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it didn't, he kind of saw it wasn't working, so he sold it to these guys. They own the dirt, so they're all in. But believe it or not,
Oh, good for
that
them.
was a church, and that was a last stop on the Underground Railroad for slaves.
Nice.
So I've been in the basement. There's two places I've been that are kind of took my breath away. I've been a lot of places.
Yeah.
But there's two places that kind of took my breath away when
Mm-hmm.
you realize where you're standing. First place was the wine cellar at the Brewster Inn. That is just unbelievable. They got to have $500,000 of wine in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
I've never been there.
the look of it. You never been to Brewster? That's a great date place. You tell me you and Pat want to go. Oh my God, we would love to go there. It'd be a great place to get engaged as well. So, and oh my God, that would be fucking amazing if Pat asked you to marry him with me there.
I'll say no.
Okay. Oh my God, no. Oh my God. But the Brewster's amazing. They do such a great job. It's really good. But I had an opportunity to go down into the basement and look at the wine cellar, and it's like all stone. It's not like manufactured brick that you knew somebody put this up fast. You know, you can if you take a minute to look, you can see that the stones were put in there, and somebody probably hand did it and built this thing. And there's all little rooms, and the ceiling's kind of low, and you just look, and there's wine everywhere. It's just, and you got that little must of a smell of a basement. It was really cool. It was kind of takes you back to think this place has been there 80 years or 70 years or whatever.
Cool.
Second place, the Noble Cellar that used to be on Underground Railroad. We went into the basement with Rob and Sarah, and there's a like hidden door. You open the door, and there's a space maybe this big that you look through, and it's like a cubby where probably as big as you and I side by side, and it's a crawl space that leads into a room, and that room is still there, and that's where 100 plus years ago, slaves stood.
People would hide.
Hidden, waiting. So I'm standing in the dirt that 100 plus years ago, somebody stood in the same space I was in, worried about the next chapter of their life. That's pretty emotional, man.
Yeah.
It really got to me being in there. So they kind of played off that name.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really cool.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have to go there as well. That'll
Yeah.
be cool once they open.
Yeah.
It's cool to see new places.
Yeah, a wine bar just opened downtown too. Nobody's, I think it's called.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Huh. That's cool.
I think it's right next to where Kasai was.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I think there was.
I really hope Kyle gets the new place open. I know he's had some challenges. I like Kyle. He's never done nothing bad to me, but I really hope he gets the new place open and finds a way to make it happen. So, because we need that down there. So, where's the basketball, golf. We went away a couple times. We got some big weddings coming up. We got to go to Nashville in October to a wedding. My son and his fiance
when is that?
next June.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be
My
cool.
brother gets married next June too.
Where? Around here or
In Rochester.
in Rochester? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I just oh my God, I totally just forgot where they lived. But yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Do
yeah.
you go out there? You guys go out there to visit or?
No, not really. Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like we used to do fun things. Like, Pat and I used to go out, but it's just been crazy. Like, we haven't been.
You got to take a date. Top 5 restaurants in New York State. One of them's in Rochester called Nosh.
Oh,
Place
yeah.
is
I feel like
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's
They
amazing.
do a chef's tasting menu.
I don't know. We can reach out to them and find out, but
yeah.
But
That's my
it's
favorite.
Amazing.
I don't.
Open kitchen, cool bar. Like the new vibe now is, it's in Rochester in a place that used to be a warehouse, and a lawyer and a partner built it out, and they got an unbelievable chef in there. He's great, and all the bartenders have like beards and
Oh,
they're
yeah.
mixing cool drinks. Kind of the vibe you have. It's a
Yeah.
cocktail place with an open kitchen. Really, really, really crazy cool menu, but it's really good. Not cheap. And it's one of those places where you don't go to get in and out in 45 minutes.
No.
You're there.
Have you ever done a chef's tasting before?
Yeah, at FX Table in Geneva.
Oh, that's where now that I'm in my revenge kick about St. Urban.
Yeah, that's a place to go.
I want to go to there.
Yeah, but I'm trying to be better now. I'm trying to be a little healthier. I'm on the wagon 3 weeks.
Really?
3 weeks, yes. I was getting a little shitty on the weekends and trying to play basketball on Sundays, and I'd go in on basketball on Sundays and play after being out all night, and people would go, Bud, why do you smell like rotten fruit? Like, because I had like 8 Trulies last night. Oh. So
I'm sober still.
Still 9 months, 6 months.
Since March. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow. So 3 weeks. It's not a permanent thing. It's just a little chill
Reset.
break. Yeah. So I've been trying to be good. And I forgot what you asked me already.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
What were we talking about? The if you've done a tasting.
Oh, the FX. So like they bring you out and go, oh, the first tasting is our fig, and it's like a little thing like this on a cracker, and you go, and then they give you like this much wine, and then there's like a next tasting is one scallop with something on it, and that's the next tasting. Look, man, I want to go someplace and eat. I don't want 7 pieces of something. Well, by the end, we had to go eat because it's not filling enough. That's little chef tastings.
Oh, that's never how I've had
No?
a chef tasting. No. I feel like they give you like a decent portion. So the one that we just went to in Maine was a tapas bar. So they brought
I love those places. Those are cool.
but it was their tasting. So they brought us like a tapas, and then for the second course it was 2 different ones, and then the third course was 2, and then we did a dessert. So it was really nice.
That's cool.
But I like it because then you just don't even know. Like, you have no preconceived.
Yeah.
I don't like mushrooms, so I
Right,
just
same.
I'm always just like I'll do whatever, but just no mushrooms.
Cooked rust mushrooms.
Either. I don't like.
Shrooms?
No.
Okay.
Oh no. But people told me that I should start microdosing. But anyways, and then you just eat it, and you
Yeah.
just don't even know, and then you're like, oh, afterwards.
There's
like,
not a lot
what-
of cool. There used to be Danny's in Beeville, used to be really cool, but they have BG1 now.
Oh,
And
yeah, I've been
Bonneville's
there, yeah.
there. We just go and get like.
Oh,
well,
for their tapas style.
they're just small plates.
Oh,
so I don't know
yeah.
if they really call them tapas, but it's all small portions. So we'll just get like 9 things, and everybody eats.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah.
that was cool. And there used to be a really cool place called Henry B's in Seneca Falls. It was really cool. I can't remember the owner's name. Super nice guy. Steve, I think was his first name. But everything was family style. So you
Oh,
would go
I like
sit at a
that.
big table and say you wanted pasta. Well, they would come with a pasta for the whole table. And you would grab it off it like you would be eating at
At
home.
home,
If you
yeah.
wanted a steak, they came with a big steak cut up, and you'd take a couple pieces. Just
Oh,
like you
I
would
like
at home.
that,
It's
yeah.
kind of cool vibe, but it didn't make it. So I don't know why. Maybe
Maybe
it was a
that'll
little
be
too
my
different.
my next restaurant is a
Yeah,
family style
yeah.
restaurant. But yeah,
So there's cool places to go and eat. So
I know.
we've done
yeah,
that. We've been
oh,
a lot
yeah.
of places.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't
Yeah.
really gone away yet this year to a lot of places, mostly wedding stuff.
Mm.
So
Did you do the wedding tasting? Have you been?
yeah,
to
that was amazing. It was really good. Dave,
You were invited. Who got invited?
so Zach and Jenna.
Yeah.
Jenna's mom and dad, but her dad had to work. Me and Kim.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's
So we
nice.
went. It was really cool. I was explaining to Ryan. Dave does a really good job. He explains what you're getting. This is not a customable wedding. So if you want some crazy, wild, goofy shit, it's not. You're not getting that for the price that he's doing it for, right?
Okay.
So it was cool. We were there. Maybe 65 people are there. You're all doing tasting at the same time.
Okay.
So all different tastes of weddings. You have a book. He gives you a book. And the first thing they come up, and it's a buffet kind of thing, and you're going to have 4 different servings. The first serving is all pasta.
Okay.
Every pasta they have. So Dave gets up and he starts talking. He goes, first thing I'm going to do is talk to you guys about, say, parking. And this is how parking works, blah, blah, blah. And he's very, a lot of F-bombs. He's very adamant, making sure people understand this is what happens. I don't go to the Turning Stone. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't go to Vernon Downs. We don't pick up at Vernon Downs, we pick up at the Turning Stone. I'm telling you all right now, Dave is telling you, we don't go to Vernon Downs. One of you, 2 of you, you over there, you're going to say, oh my God, Dave never told me. I'm fucking telling you now, we don't go to Vernon Downs. And this is how it's going to work. And your cars are going to come, and you're going to be worried the car's staying overnight. And oh my God, I'm going to need a bus or shuttle in the morning to get my parents their car. No, you won't. People figure out how to get their car. There's Uber, there's Lyft. We're 1.5 miles from the Turning Stone. I'm not sending you one. I'm telling you now, that's not happening.
So does he have a bus that he?
Yep.
The shuttle's
Shuttles.
included, and
Correct, included.
that where does it go?
Turning Stone to his place.
Oh, okay.
So, and there's a bunch of hotels by the Turning Stone.
Oh.
And then he goes, okay, eat your pasta. And they call you up to the table and you eat whatever kind of pasta
Mm-hmm.
you want. And then you say, oh my gosh, I'd like this pasta at the dinner, but I'd like this pasta at the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
Then he gets up again and goes, hey, I'm going to talk about drinking.
Mm-hmm.
There's no shots. We're not stupid. If you come up and go, I want a double jack with just on the rocks. That's a shot. You're not getting it. If your groomsman's drunk, he's not going down the aisle. If somebody gets in a fight, your wedding's over. That minute, it's done. We shut everything down and you're out. He goes,
Wow.
and he's like, I'm doing this stuff to protect your day. You don't want that. I'm there. He goes, go online, look at the reviews. People call me an asshole all the time. They're calling me an asshole because I'm protecting your day. And that's what's going to happen. And we do a great job. You can have all you want to drink. Just don't be a jerk. And you don't want the groomsmen doing this or doing that. And we're going to,
Right.
and we have your wedding coordinator arrange it. And he goes, now go eat all the chicken you want. Pick what chicken you want. Then we get up.
Yeah.
The next thing was all the sides. What do you want? Green beans? Do you want roasted potatoes? And he talked about something else, another piece of it. Then we got up and did the last one was all the carving stations. And I was packed with food. Then you go in another room, and on the table is 10 different kinds of cakes, 10 different frostings, extra cannolis and everything over here. Grab whatever piece of cake you want, put some of that frosting on it, pick your cake, pick your cupcakes, pick what you want for this. The person comes over, you do it all up, then you go out to the bar, and he goes, we're going to make you a specialty drink. And there's all the bartenders out there. What kind of drink do you like? We're going to call it the Jenna drink. And it's going to be Jen and Zach's specialty drink of that night, and you create your own drink.
Yeah.
It was really cool. It was super freaking organized, and it's exactly what it needed to be.
How did Zach and Jenna feel? Were they felt good after
Yes,
everything?
they felt good about it. Yes,
Good,
yeah.
good.
I think
Perfect.
that
Did they pick their menu?
They picked their whole menu. They picked their
Nice.
cake, and now they
Perfect.
sit back and they don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, that's
They're
nice.
not going through stuff. They had to go through a wedding for her sister where her mom and the people they cooked the food, they set the tables.
Who did? The family?
The family did, and it probably cost more money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
More people, but more
Yeah.
money, more headaches. They
Yeah.
don't have to worry about shit.
No.
They
Yeah.
just, every whatever couple, they have to, the one thing they do is they have to do a DJ. They have a DJ. You have to use his DJ. You have to use his florist. You have to use his cake people. They pick the songs they want in the orders they want. They send them a template. What song do you want played here? What song here? They pop it in. The DJ has it, and they play their songs.
Oh.
If he doesn't have your song, then he'll go out and download the song.
Oh, okay.
Which it just is cool. And it's going to be a perfect, beautiful day, and
Great.
so it's awesome.
Yeah.
Someday you'll get there. Do you have in the back of your head what you want? Does all women have a back of their head what they want to be, what they're wedding to be, and up on a pedestal, and everybody going, oh,
No, I wanted to elope.
yeah.
And I don't know.
Maybe in Portland, Maine. That would have been a cool
Well,
place.
Everybody thought he was going to propose to me this weekend.
They,
and then-
Allie and not Allie, Maddie and what's the other girl's name?
Libby.
Libby both
Yeah.
were like, I think he's going to propose this weekend. I don't think so. But
No,
yeah,
I knew he wasn't. I didn't even get my nails done or anything. I knew he wasn't. He's silly.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I'm older now. I have a kid. We have a house.
Yeah.
I'm not this big whole. My mom is one of 11. My dad is one of 9.
Wow.
His mom has, oh my God, 4 brothers. His dad has 3 siblings. So and then there's just a million cousins, and there's a million cousins' kids, and him and I are both family centric, so everybody would get an invite. So our guest list would be 300
yeah,
people.
yeah, it's too many people.
And I'm these people at work, I have to invite everybody on my staff. They're my work family. I'm
Yeah.
just the list was crazy and crazy, crazy. And then I'm it costs so much. I'm I don't need a big day. I just want the commitment. I
don't think the guy needs the big day.
he wants a big wedding.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So,
Maybe he's got the wrong person then.
well, I said, so we chatted about it, and I was if you want a big wedding, I'll do it. I'm not opposed to it, but I don't Like, I don't need it. I'm not like,
That's strange that you have reversed roles there, that he wants the big. Do you think
Well-
he's I don't mean to psychoanalyze Pat on
Yeah.
our podcast, but you had
But-
said before, I think how's he like the new gig? He works for U.S. Foods now. Big change with U.S. Foods buying Renzi. It hasn't happened yet. It's
Yeah.
going to change the structure out here.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of sad. I don't have anything against U.S. Foods or the people there or Cisco or PFG or Reinhardt or Renzi or any of them. They've all got a niche and they all do very well at
Yeah.
it. But I think it sucks that the independent guy is gone. The Skeezer
Yeah.
brothers, the Smith Packings, the Minios, the
Yeah.
Renzis, the CFMs, all those independents have gone away.
Yeah.
And yeah, it makes more sense for you to have some kind of contracted pricing and with a dedicated supplier. But you need that local guy for a fill-in. It's
Right.
Friday night. You need
Yeah.
something. Those guys, you need that. The Davis brothers of the world, you need that stuff.
yeah.
And the big guys are gobbling everybody up.
Yeah, but I have to think that like Renzi they built a really successful business. So I think that they probably made the decision that was right for them at the time. Like,
Well,
you know
it
what
goes with this. It goes with there's the next generation isn't available.
Yeah.
They don't want to run it.
Yeah.
And Jude's going to probably retire. I
So what
spoke
are they
to
supposed
him.
to do? Like, what, you know what I mean?
So at some point, he doesn't want to work this hard. Lisa, I don't know what Lisa's going to do, but I know Jude probably he's got a seat on Drex board because
Mm-hmm.
they serve Drex, so he'll probably do that. I don't know if they have to stay on in some capacity in the transition, probably, and they'll pay him
Yeah.
some money for that. But I do think that a lot of times it's like there's a new Blue Moon Grill in Fulton, great restaurant. Probably the best food overall in Fulton if you're going out to eat, quality and innovative wise. And Billy and Karen ran it forever. And Billy's a like certifiable great chef. And it's Blue Moon Grill. And when you go to Blue Moon Grill, you expect to get Billy's food. And new people bought it. Stephanie and Matt are great people, and they have Blue Moon Grill. But as long as it's Blue Moon Grill, it's just going to be Blue Moon Grill without Bill. So people are going to go in and go, oh, you don't have the shrimp scampi on the noodles like Bill had? Oh, and you're doing this, but it's not Bill's because it doesn't taste the same. So they have to
yeah.
change the name. You have to become something different. So the fact that they, as much as Bill or Karen maybe wanted to hang on to the fact that that was their business, the best thing to happen is it to be transition. So now
Yeah.
it's Cayuga Street Steakhouse. It's
Oh.
Stephanie and Matt's business. They have a smaller menu that they can manage and do well with, and nobody's going there saying, "Oh my God, I expected Bill to be
Yeah.
here." Same with Renzi. They built this great business up, but it's not Renzi anymore. It's
No.
better for them that it becomes something else,
Yeah.
and then their name is remembered as something that they did well.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't want to buy the brasserie and keep it the brasserie.
I would never sell the brasserie to somebody.
The name.
The name, the business,
Right.
my employees, nothing. They're not. I mean, like at the end of the day, you're not. It's never going to preserve it. And like we worked hard, but we're not. But we have a pretty good reputation.
Yes. Oh my
and
gosh. Yes. Great chicken riggies.
I feel like somebody else might change
it
it.
up.
Yeah, not
I mean,
fuck
it's
it up.
dropped
But,
since Hannah left. I mean, 'cause she
Yeah.
was the best waitress in Syracuse. But is she doing well, or
yeah,
that's good? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, but
But cool stuff. The winter's coming.
yeah, we got a
so
lot of good stuff for Emeralds coming up.
I see bands, live music is coming, which is cool. You have some
We
events.
didn't know. We have events coming up. It was my brother's band that played.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but I am not. Pat's out there mowing. He's doing the whatever. No, I don't like. I'm not opposed to live music.
Right.
But being a venue that has live music is demanding. So
It's challenging too.
yeah, and I'm just not like interested in doing that yet.
What, Jeff Rogers is the next guest we have. What time is it, Ryan?
It's 10:50.
Okay, so any minute he'll be here. And Jeff does a very good job. He's committed to live music.
live music.
Committed. So we go a lot later at night because it's on our way back from places. And we stop at Angry Smokehouse because we know there's going to be a band.
Yeah.
And there's days when we go there and there's 60, 80 people. There's days we go and there's 6 or 8 people.
Yeah.
And he's still going to have the band.
You
He's
ha-
still going to have that expense. And he's, and it's probably costing $300 to $500 to have a
Well,
band there. And,
yeah.
and there's days I'm a big proponent of live music. There's days when bless you, when if you paid somebody $300 to come and play,
Yeah.
and they played and they got done, you would have been better off if you didn't pay him and one guy came in and had one beer,
Right.
because you'd be more profitable.
Right.
But it's the
You have
people
to-
make money, the staff makes money, the food's going out of the kitchen, the people are getting a vibe, and maybe they come back a second day, and it's hard to correlate that, but.
Well, I also just think like live music is like you have to fully commit.
Yeah.
Like Jeff fully commits. Like
Shifties is committed. Jeff is committed.
yes.
Average Joe's commits. Yeah.
Coleman's commits.
Coleman's commits. Yeah.
So, which is great. But I just am not there yet, and I also just don't like. Coleman's has the potential. They have the perfect setup.
Outside, yeah. Oh my God,
Outside,
yeah.
they can do large bands, but then inside, they can do smaller ones, and they have their people, and they have their relationships, and they know what brings good like things. And I
Kitty
think,
Hoynes, David does
yes,
live music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think it's very overwhelming because once bands find out that you do,
Then you're just
they
getting inundated.
just like, which I get it because they have to advocate for themselves, but we're just not in the capacity to handle that right now.
I told you the best. So we did live music we were in business for 8 years
Mm-hmm.
on Ida Lake, Bud's Lakefront Cafe, and we did live music every Saturday night. Every Saturday we had a band. And everybody's like, oh man, we're going to pack the place. We need $500. Nope.
No.
I give you $100 in the door. You put a guy or a girl at the door.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you charge $1, $2, $5, whatever. You keep the entire door. But I'm only paying you $100.
Yeah.
That's it. And you've want we'd feed them and give them drinks or whatever. Well, we're going to pack. Cool. If you pack the place,
You can
you'll
come
be
back.
amazing. And we had some really, really good bands, like unbelievable, like Sammy Award-winning type bands that didn't bring a crowd. And at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's a business. And if I want to go see, Joe Blow and the Smith Tones or whatever play, I can go watch them play and spend money at that place. The most money we ever did with a band on the bar was a guy used to come in. He was from Bridgeport. He used to come in all the time, and I don't want to say his name. And he was like, yo, man, me and my buddy's got a band. We want to play. I'm like, cool, man. I'll put you on the sequence. When do you want to come out? This Saturday, we booked it. I go, you need to make some flyers. Yeah. They never played before. 3-man band, drummer, guitar, singer. So they're getting ready, and they're local, and all their friends are coming, or whatever. So they got to get, signs up. A couple weeks are away. I'm like, guys, you don't have a sign. Jimmy, you don't have a sign. I want to make signs. We don't even have a band name yet. So all of a sudden, I look, and there's signs out, and the name of the band was Cocksnot. That was the name of the band.
I feel like you told me this before.
And they came into play, and usually bands go 3 sets, 9 to 1 or whatever. So we had to pay them $100, and it was packed. I had to literally drive to the store, send the cook to the store to buy canned beer because we ran out of beer. We were just popping beer out, and back then a bottle, a beer was $3.
Yeah.
$2 for some special stuff, and I think we did. Between 9 and 1, we did like almost $4,000. It was by far the best night we ever had at $3 a whack. And we got done in the last set. It was just Jimmy and the guitar player, no drummer. So we got done. We're like, money everywhere. It's cash business then.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jimmy, what happened, man? He goes, dude, I'm sorry, but you just pay us $75, man. Just pay us $75. I feel bad. The drummer couldn't play. I go, what do you mean the drummer couldn't play? He goes, his arms got tired, man. We never played this long. They had never played that long. All they'd done was jam. The guy's arms got too tired to play the last set, so I gave him $75.
Oh, yeah.
And the music sucked. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But all their buddies are there partying down.
Yeah.
Who cares? At the end of
Yeah.
the day, booked a great band. If they don't bring anybody, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. I feel like that's hard. That's why live music is hard.
Yeah.
And you have to have somebody that manages it. You have to have somebody that listens to it.
And knows
and
where
knows
yeah.
if it's good, if they're going to bring a following, who's
Yeah.
been, like, it's a tight-knit group in Syracuse. Like,
Do you charge cover? That's a challenge.
Do you, but like, I don't know, like, how big a bar tab do they get?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
do they get food? Like, if they bring nobody, like, what's the deal?
It's the old story of
it's
the
too
Blues
much.
Brothers where they
It's
come
too
in and you
much.
don't give them a bar tab and food, and they get done and they go, well, $120. I thought we decided you were paying me $300. Well, you owe me $120 because you drank $420 worth of beer and
Yeah,
food. So,
yeah.
I think that was probably Jeff calling me.
Yeah, all right.
So,
Well, we're
cool.
back.
We're back.
We got
We're
good-
back, and
we
stuff
gotta
coming.
say-
If anybody wants to hear or be on the podcast
yeah. Mm-hmm.
or whatever, let us know. Send us a message. If you have some suggestions for guests
Yep.
outside of restaurant business or whatever, let us know.